Hi, GAA parents. It's Miss Arnold. Haven't talked to you guys in a while. Hope everyone is doing well. Wanted to go over our reopening plan since we're getting closer and closer to that October 12th date. So excited that everybody's going to be back on campus. A lot of things are staying the same. A few protocols have changed, and everything that we've changed has been based on CDC guidance or Maricopa County Health Department guidance and things like that. So here we go. So just our goal again is health and safety, sense of normalcy, and social and academic growth and achievement. So those are our main focuses this year as I made this plan and continue to tweak this plan and make it so that it fits the needs of our campus. So here's our plan. So first, focus on hand washing and sanitizing. Still, we've gotten some mobile hand sanitizing stations to put outside the restrooms and outside the lunchroom. We also, and by the entry gate for drop-off and pickup, we're getting some hand washing stations to put, again, outside the restrooms, outside the lunchroom, and just so we can have more of those just for timely hand washing and sanitizing. The classrooms and bathrooms and everything will be disinfected throughout the day. And after school, the PTO is actually looking for volunteers to help with sanitizing after school. So if you're able to help with that one day of the week, any day of the week, either get in touch with the PTO or let me know and I will forward your information over to them. One thing that has changed is the screening of staff and students. So our staff self-report symptoms when they come in, actually before they come into campus. And we have been taking the temperature of kids at the gate before they come in for those that are coming in for our on-site care or when they came for testing. But we will not be doing that in quarter two when everybody comes back. That's no longer recommended. The other change is before I said face masks or face shields. Now the guidance says masks only. The guidance says more specifically that plastic face shields, vented face masks, and neck gaiters or bandanas are not as effective as a mask, so they are not going to be allowed. So just cloth masks or disposable masks can be worn. If you have any questions about what can be worn, just let me know. We do have masks for purchase in the office. They have Gilbert Arts Academy on them, or we'll have disposable ones in case somebody forgets one, but masks only. And that's required indoors for all staff, students, and visitors. And then the last protocol, social distancing in the classroom and at recess. That is still recommended. We will continue to plan on having our alternating schedule, our hybrid learning. So students will either come Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday. Ms. Wicker at the beginning of the year told everyone if you were enrolled what day you would come on if you're newly enrolled, or if for some reason that changed, Ms. Wicker will get in touch. Students needing enrichment or support will come on Fridays, and again, that's by invitation from the school. We kept siblings together, school hours are the same. CORRAL will be available for students on the days they're in school, so if they come Monday, Wednesday, they can attend CORRAL Monday and Wednesday, and those times are still the same. KRP are the only kids that will come every day, so our preschoolers will be here every day as we split that classroom into 2 classrooms. We'll still be doing our instruction flipped classroom style. So they'll be in class doing more of the instructional part, the independent practice, small group support, assessments. At home, they'll be watching instructional videos, kind of getting an overview of what they're going to learn the next day and practice the next day. They'll be looking at fluency practice. Our older kids might have some project-based learning, but whatever's done at home, it should be independent work. I know the younger kids, they need help getting on the computer and things like that. But as far as the actual content, it should be something that they can do independently. So again, it would be just watching a video and answering questions about the video, kind of getting an idea of the concept. Fluency practice, which it might be reading fluency, so sight words or things like that. Math fluency, math facts. And then our older kids should be able to do projects on their own. Technology, students in kinder and first grade, they'll keep their Chromebook at home. If you need one, you probably have already checked it out by now. If you haven't, please let us know. 2nd through 8th will carry their Chromebook back and forth, and we'll provide a carrying case for that. Parents, please make sure students charge their laptop at home. It will be a terrible inconvenience if they have to charge their computer while they're here. If they're working on an assignment and their computer just dies, that won't be good. So let's make sure we keep those charged at home. Materials and personal items, we still want to limit those. So students can bring their lunchbox. Kinder first will give you a folder to carry papers back and forth. 2nd through 8th will have their laptop carrying case and a folder. The carrying cases are a little small, not a lot fit in those. So we'll give you a folder too. But no backpacks are needed, but water bottles are required. We will not have drinking fountains anymore. They will not be able to drink out of the fountains. We're changing those out to water bottle fillers. So please make sure they're bringing their water bottle and they can fill that out throughout the day. And we'll have water bottles up here in the office just in case somebody forgets. And please sanitize personal items when they get home. Just wipe them down, spray them down, whatever you do. Social distancing in the classroom. We have configured our classroom so that students sit 6 feet apart. They're either at the end of 5-foot tables with a divider in the middle, or desks are configured 6 feet apart. They're going to have assigned seating, so they'll only sit in their spot. They'll have their supplies. Manipulatives will be disinfected. To spread everybody out, we've had to remove a lot of things from the classroom, so classrooms will look a little different, but hopefully still inviting and welcoming to our students. The doors are going to be open when possible. We have screen nets to put over the doors to keep the bugs out, but thankfully it's getting really nice, so opening the doors will be a nice change. All expectations, all of these new things, we're going to teach the kids. We're going to tell them what we expect. We're going to teach them how to do it. And we'll give them reminders and grace. And we'll be very patient with them learning these new expectations. But I got to say, with the kids that have been on site, they're doing a really good job. So I'm very optimistic. Recess, morning recess, students will either go to their classroom or play area. We'll alternate that. During the day, recess and lunch recess, each class is assigned a particular area, and we're going to rotate that. So they'll either be on the concrete slab in the back, they'll be in the play structure, or in the grassy area. So they have a different play area each day. We've tried to brainstorm recess activities they can still do while maintaining social distancing, and then each class is going to have its own equipment bag, and we'll get that sanitized at the end of the day. Specials, we'll still have specials. Art and music, though, will go into the classroom, and they'll have their individual supplies. PE will only be outside. We're going to be using the multi-purpose room for something else, so they'll be outside, but again, the weather's getting nicer, so I'm sure everybody will appreciate some outside time without their mask on. PE equipment, Ms. Hay will make sure it's either changed out or sanitized between classes. But the big change here is that art and music is on Monday and Thursday. PE is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So we'll have to remember that to know what days to wear our tennis shoes on. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are tennis shoe days right now. All right, lunch is a little different. A lot of changes with the lunch. So they will not eat in their classroom. They're going to eat outside. They're going to eat at the picnic tables or benches or wherever they would like within the designated area. Still 6 feet apart. The classrooms will be disinfected during their lunchtime. And if you come on Monday and Wednesday, So Monday they'll eat lunch in school. We'll send a lunch home for Tuesday. Wednesday they'll eat lunch at school. We'll send a lunch home for Thursday. So you'll still have lunch every day. So outside, and we'll be sending lunch home for remote days if you ordered it. 6 students, we've always said 100-degree fever or above. You'll get either sent home or please don't come. So sticking with that, students developing symptoms at school will be isolated in a separate room. I'll be the one watching them until you pick up. But please pick up as soon as possible. We want them to be able to go home and be comfortable if they're not feeling well. So please pick up as soon as you can. Club and events. At first I said definitely none in Q1, but we're not going to have any in Q2 either. So no Mustang clubs, no in-person events. We're working on an online book fair. So hopefully we'll get that information out to you soon so you can order some books. Drop off and dismissal. All of it needs to be done from the car line. Please do not walk up to either pick up or drop off. KRP is the only exception because preschool parents, you have to sign your students in and out. Kindergarten first day of school is also an exception. You'll also get a survey to pick a time for you to come in and drop them off for their first day of school, just so we don't have everybody coming in at once. And students will be dismissed from the classroom. We'll use walkie-talkies to make that happen so they won't all be sitting at the dismissal area. CORRAL, it'll be available on their on-site days. Like I said, morning we're going to limit to 10 students. Afternoon groups will be limited to 10 students also. Full-time and no drop-ins. So we have to keep our numbers at 10, so we only can do full-time and no drop-ins. Same times, same protocols as we talked about for school. So communications are the same. You've probably seen these Mustang memos every Monday. Emails from Ms. Wicker, your teachers. Parent view is where you can see your students' grades, especially at the end of this quarter. You can look at their report card. If you don't know how to do that, we will certainly be sending that information home. Google Classroom, you should be getting a guardian summary each week to let you know what your students are missing and what's coming up. If you're not getting that, contact your classroom teacher. We do have our parent Google site on our GilbertArtsAcademy.com website. Just go to Parent Resources and then GAA Parent Site. And if you don't already, follow us on Facebook or Instagram for up-to-date information. Visitors, this hasn't changed. No non-essential visitors will be allowed on campus. Pretty much the only visitors on campus are our contract workers for speech or occupational therapy, or our IT person to help with IT problems, but that's about it. The number of parents will be limited to 1 at a time in the office. We'll have a bench if we have some backup. We'll have a bench outside the office for you to sit on and wait. And of course, anyone entering the office must wear a face mask. We have the same behavior system. I've talked about this in a few things. So character, virtue, same, pride, same class expectations. We're going to have a new reward system, and that'll be explained to your students when they return to class. KRP, I mentioned, they're going to come every day because we separated them into 2 classes. So instead of 1 class of 20, we have 2 classes of 10, but they'll all have the same hours as well. So remote learning, we do still have that option for parents or students that aren't quite ready to return to on-site. Don't contact me. You're going to get a survey to let us know what you want to do. But I want to kind of let you know what to expect so you know what you're choosing. Remote learning is not going to look like it does right now because our classroom teachers are now going to be in the classroom with the in-person students teaching. So they're not going to be doing whole group lessons online, small group lessons online, and they won't be as readily available to students that are doing remote instruction. So we're going to give remote students the same kind of schedule to follow as our hybrid students. So they'll either be a Monday, Wednesday student or Tuesday, Thursday student, and then participate in assignments based on that. They'll tune into a direct instruction time. It'll just be a live video of the teacher teaching. They won't be able to ask questions. They'll just be able to see the instruction. They will be able to participate in small group on their in-person day. And then they would complete their individual practice through Google Classroom. Now, the big difference here is when they're doing their individual practice, they're not going to be doing it in the classroom with the teacher. They're going to be doing it at home by themselves, and the teacher is not going to be available for questions. To the last bullet point there, we will have an aide monitoring questions on Google Classroom if students need help, but this won't be from the classroom teacher. The only time they'll have direct communication with a classroom teacher is going to be during that small group time, and that is probably going to be once a day on their in-person days. So then that would be twice a week. So a lot, unfortunately, a lot more limited time with their classroom teacher just because their classroom teacher is teaching in class. And they're going to be, their time is going to be occupied with that. On their remote days, they would do the same as I discussed before, watch instructional videos, fluency activities, any other assignments that are assigned by the teacher. So please really think about that when you are choosing a remote learning option. Parents, if you choose that, you're probably going to have a lot of the responsibility of helping them with their individual practice and assignments, as a teacher will not be available as much as they are right now. So I want to say this, in-person learning is best. It's best because they have more access to the teacher. It's best because they have access to their friends and can have social time. And it's just 2 days a week. So I know some of you have said that students are really enjoying the remote learning, and that's great. I'm glad they are. But in-person learning is the best. And I really, really highly encourage everyone to come in person. But if you're not ready for that, we do have the remote option, but just make sure you know what you're signing up for. And then the review of this plan, we'll review it each quarter as a whole. So no big changes will happen until the end of each quarter. Some minor changes might occur if we notice, little things we need to tweak here and there. And then just remember that all schools or just our school could be put back on remote status at any time, depending on what happens in the county, in the state, with the number of cases or the number of cases here at school. So just be ready. We still have to be flexible. And to the big question of when are we going to be able to come back normal schedule, I have no idea, and I'm not even going to guess. But as soon as I know, you will know, and we'll keep in communication about any changes that come up. But as always, I'm here if you have any questions, concerns, comments, if you want to just vent. I'm here. There's my email. There's a school phone number. Give me a call. Shoot me an email. Happy to always hear from all of you guys. And I can't wait to see everyone in a few weeks in October. All right, everybody have a great week. Go Mustangs.